Have you ever felt manipulated or controlled by someone close to you? We're diving into a topic today that's uncharted territory for many, but all too familiar for some. We're talking about narcissistic tactics. Narcissism, in its most basic form, is characterized by excessive self-interest or self-admiration. But when it evolves into a personality disorder, it can lead to toxic relationships and emotional trauma for those involved. Narcissistic individuals often employ a variety of tactics to manipulate and control others. These tactics can be subtle, making them difficult to identify, particularly if you're in the thick of a relationship with a narcissist. Now imagine a toolbox. This isn't your run-of-the-mill toolbox filled with hammers and wrenches. Instead, it's filled to the brim with 50 common tactics that narcissists might use. These tools are not used to build or repair, but rather to manipulate and control. These tactics range from gaslighting, where the narcissist manipulates someone into questioning their own sanity, to blame shifting, where they avoid taking responsibility for their actions by blaming others. There's the manipulative charm and love bombing, where they shower you with affection only to devalue you later. Some narcissists may even use a cycle of idealization, devaluation, and reconciliation, often referred to as hoovering. But these are just a few from the comprehensive list. Each tactic is unique yet interconnected, forming a web of manipulation that can leave a person feeling trapped and helpless. But knowledge is power. By understanding these tactics, you can start to untangle the web and arm yourself against narcissistic manipulation. As we move forward, we'll be delving deeper into each of these tactics, breaking them down and exploring how they manifest in day-to-day interactions. We'll look at real-life examples and offer strategies on how to recognize and respond when you encounter these tactics. Stay tuned as we delve into these tactics so you can be well-equipped to recognize and deal with them. Let's kick off with the first 10 tactics, starting with gaslighting. This is a psychological manipulation technique where the narcissist plants seeds of doubt in your mind, making you question your own memories or judgment. Up next, we have projection. This is when a narcissist attributes their own negative traits or behaviors onto you. Then there's blame shifting, where the narcissist never accepts responsibility and instead shifts the blame onto you. Fourth is the manipulative charm. Narcissists can be incredibly charming to draw you into their web. Following this, we have love bombing, an overwhelming expression of love and affection to make you dependent on them. Then comes devaluation, where they gradually start to belittle and devalue you. Another tactic is hoovering, a cycle of idealization, devaluation, and reconciliation to keep you hooked. Triangulation is when they use third parties to create tension. Smear campaigns involve spreading false rumors about you. And finally, the silent treatment, a form of emotional abuse where they ignore or ostracize you. Recognizing these tactics is the first step towards protecting yourself. Moving on to the next 10 tactics, starting with intermittent reinforcement. This is a manipulative strategy where the narcissist alternates between rewarding and punishing behavior, creating an emotional roller coaster. Following up, we have emotional blackmail. This involves the narcissist using your emotions against you to get what they want. Next is playing the victim. Here, the narcissist portrays themselves as the victim to gain sympathy and divert attention from their actions. Then comes passive-aggressive behavior. This is when the narcissist expresses their hostility or anger in indirect ways. Boundary violations occur when a narcissist disregards your personal space or rights, often making you feel uncomfortable. Entitlement is up next, where the narcissist feels they have a right to special treatment. Grandiosity is when the narcissist exaggerates their achievements and importance. Lack of empathy is when they show little to no regard for your feelings. Then we have superiority complex, where the narcissist believes they're better than others. Lastly, controlling behavior is when the narcissist tries to control every aspect of your life. Being aware of these behaviors can help you navigate difficult interactions. In the next set of tactics, we start with isolation. A narcissist may use this tactic to cut you off from your support network, making you feel alone and vulnerable. Then there's criticism disguised as concern. They might say they're only trying to help, but their words are actually designed to tear you down. Withholding affection or approval is another common tactic. They use your desire for their approval against you, controlling your behavior. Now, lying or deceitfulness is another hallmark of narcissistic behavior. They twist the truth to suit their narrative and maintain control. When it comes to exploitation, A narcissist will use your weaknesses, secrets, or vulnerabilities to manipulate you. Financial manipulation involves controlling your resources, while intellectual manipulation is about undermining your intelligence. Preying on vulnerabilities involves exploiting your fears, insecurities, or traumas. Promising future change without actual improvement is a bait to keep you in their control. Lastly, using children as pawns involves manipulating children to gain control or inflict emotional harm. With knowledge comes the power to resist manipulation. We continue with love triangles as the first tactic in this set. Narcissists often create these to incite jealousy and insecurity. Following this, we have emotional manipulation, where narcissists exploit your feelings to manipulate your actions. Next, they may use guilt to control you, making you feel responsible for their happiness. They might also project a false image of success or superiority, creating an illusion to enhance their self-image. Sabotaging the achievements of others is another common tactic, used to maintain their perceived superiority. Stonewalling, or refusing to communicate, is used to exert control and avoid responsibility. Instigating conflict for control is another tactic, creating chaos to distract from their behavior. They might make unreasonable demands, pushing your boundaries to gain control. Creating chaos or drama is another way narcissists manipulate situations to their advantage. The last tactic in this set is overstepping boundaries, where they invade personal space or ignore your wishes. Understanding these tactics is key to maintaining your mental health. In our final set, we start with withholding information or affection as punishment. This is a manipulative technique where the narcissist uses silence or affection withdrawal to punish you. It's a way of control, making you feel anxious and willing to comply with their demands. Next, we have exploiting insecurities. Here, the narcissist identifies your vulnerabilities and uses them against you, shaking your self-confidence. Then there's demanding excessive admiration. Narcissists crave constant praise and will manipulate situations to ensure they are always the center of attention. The tactic of using flattery or praise strategically is another ploy to manipulate your emotions and actions. They'll shower you with compliments when they need something from you. Finally, threatening abandonment or withdrawal of support is a cruel method where the narcissist threatens to leave or stop supporting you to make you feel insecure and dependent. These last tactics highlight the extremes to which narcissists can go. Now that we've covered all 50 tactics, let's summarize. We began our journey into the complex world of narcissistic behavior by understanding the basics of gaslighting, projection, and blame shifting. These tactics are often used to confuse and manipulate victims, creating a fog of uncertainty and self-doubt. The charm of a narcissist can indeed be captivating, but it's important to remember that it's often a manipulative tool used to draw you in. Love bombing, devaluation, and hoovering are part of a cycle that keeps the victim trapped in an emotional roller coaster. We also touched on triangulation, smear campaigns, and the silent treatment. These tactics are used to isolate the victim and control their perception of reality. The intermittent reinforcement and emotional blackmail that follows serve to keep the victim hooked and dependent on the narcissist's approval. The narcissist's ability to play the victim, their passive-aggressive behavior, and boundary violations all reveal a deep sense of entitlement and grandiosity. Their lack of empathy and superiority complex further serve to devalue and dismiss the feelings and experiences of others. We also delved into the narcissist's controlling behavior, their tendency to isolate their victims, and their criticism disguised as concern. Withholding affection or approval, lying, deceitfulness, and exploitation are all part of a narcissist's arsenal to maintain control and dominance over their victims. Financial manipulation, intellectual manipulation, preying on vulnerabilities, promising future change without actual improvement, and using children as pawns are tactics that show the lengths a narcissist will go to maintain their facade and manipulate others. We explored how narcissists distort reality, manipulate perceptions of others, minimize or deny abuse, play mind games, and create love triangles. All these tactics serve to further confuse and control the victim. Emotional manipulation, using guilt to control, projecting a false image of success or superiority, sabotaging the achievements of others, stonewalling, instigating conflict for control, making unreasonable demands, creating chaos or drama, invalidating feelings or experiences, and overstepping boundaries were also part of our discussion. Finally, we addressed how withholding information or affection as punishment, exploiting insecurities, demanding excessive admiration, using flattery or praise strategically, and threatening abandonment or withdrawal of support are tactics that narcissists use to maintain their power and control. These 50 tactics give us a comprehensive understanding of the many ways narcissists operate. But remember, recognizing these behaviors is only the first step. If you find yourself entangled in a relationship with a narcissist, seeking professional help is crucial. Remember, understanding these tactics is the first step in protecting yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.